This is the Mangusta GranSport 54 Goldeneye, and if you picture a Mangusta in your mind's eye, it probably looks a lot like this. It's unashamedly sleek, pointy, fast and powerful. Oh, so powerful. The four MTU engines have a combined output of 10,000 horsepower, over 10,000 horsepower, top speed 30 knots, and at 20 knots it's still going to cover 1,200 nautical miles. Slow it right down, it can even cross the Atlantic. It's an amazing feat of engineering and plenty of creature comforts as well. There's a hot tub behind me, a tender garage underneath my feet, it's got a beach club and cabins for 14 guests, and in this video I'm going to give you the full tour. And if you're interested, it's on the market with HMY Yacht. I'll put a link to the listing in the description to this video. Right, let's wait no longer, let's go and have a look. I'm Jack Haynes, welcome to YachtBuyer. We have to start this tour at the bow. Against tradition, I know, but the bow is such a key feature of this boat, this long, sleek foredeck that's also home to a very impressive hot tub, great for your bath toys, but also a lovely place for your guests to be able to chill out. It can be filled with either fresh or salt water. If you fill it with salt water, it fills in about 20 minutes. So once you anchor, it can be filled up and ready to be enjoyed really quickly. And underneath all of this is the tender garage. They've got a 21-foot Custoldi tender underneath my feet, a couple of jet skis. There's a side door over there and a gantry crane, and that's how they launched them out into the water. It's a nice lounging space as well. Big sweep of seating here. I think this would be a really nice place just to sit and take in the views when the boat's moving along slowly. Obviously lovely when it's on anchor. They can put shade up here as well if you don't want to be in the sun, but yeah, what a view this is out over the pool. And I like this bit because you've got a skylight that is above the owner's ensuite, and then you can sit on these pads here and just have your feet cooling in the pool if you don't quite want to commit to being inside. And then when you turn around, you just have the most epic view back over that wheelhouse structure. The Helm is in there. We're going to go there next because on Mangustas, the bridge, the Helm is always a bit of an event, but I just want to point out there are also wing stations on both sides. It's got four engines, two sets of throttles in there. I'll talk a bit more about the handling when we get in there, but wing station there, wing station there. But when you're doing the high speed, you're going to be inside. So let's go in there. Even the side doors are cool. They've got this gull wing section on both sides because of the low profile. That pops up like a Mercedes gull wing, and then you've got the traditional side door as well. Got those on both sides and they connect to the wing stations. Look at this Helm. I mean, the sheer size of it is so impressive. Those screens might be quite a long way away, but they're so big that the view of them from these wonderful Helm chairs is absolutely spot on. And it was quite interesting talking to the captain how you juggle having four engines at speed. She's designed to run with all four of them. You can see you've got two sets of throttles, but you can sync all four to one throttle, so you're not having to match the revs across four engines. And then at slow speed, he says he just uses the outer engines. Essentially, they're the ones with the rudders. The inner engines are just propellers, shafts and propellers. It's a shaft drive boat, it's not surface drive, it's four shafts, but obviously with those props being out quite wide with the rudders, it gives you a really good pivot point. It's got a bow thruster as well, and that's it. He says it's a really easy boat to handle when he's doing slow speed stuff on the intercoastal around here in Florida. He's just using the outboard engines because with all four just in gear, it's moving along really quite quickly. Designed to cruise at 20 knots, and you've still got that big range of 1,200 nautical miles. And he said he tends to run with it like this. At night you might have the radar on, but he said he's always got this camera on because the view is pretty good forward. This is quite shallow, but he said the view is fine through the windscreen, but he's always got this top camera on, which gives you a really good view forward when you're running. That can also be night vision, so at night you can see things through there. You've got your nav, he's got his cameras as well, so you can keep an eye on things, and all the boat controls are over on that side. There's a lot of different buttons in here. A lot of it is redundancy. They've got sort of double of everything, but what a commanding driving position. It's absolutely amazing. And this is the only place to drive the boat from at speed. You've got the wing stations, there's no flybridge helm. So yeah, this is it. And it's very impressive. Right, should we stay on this deck and head up to the upper deck there? Up to the upper lounge then, and this is our first peek at the interior on board Goldeneye, and it's very comfortable. If you're expecting sleek, minimalist Italian interior design, well, you might be surprised. The current owner is American, and he wanted comfort, so you've got these big Barker lounger style chairs with the footrests, and you've got your phone charger in there as well. They're facing towards this unit because there's a pop-up TV in there, and you know, this is a sort of night area, socialising in the evening. There's much more dining space downstairs on the main deck. We're going to go there next, but you've got this little seating arrangement here, card table over on that corner. But what is nice about this space is it's bright. See how the windscreen extends up? We've got the shade on it at the moment, but you're getting natural light through there. Skylights as well. And yes, you have this sort of wavy styling line on either side, but there's still plenty of opportunity for natural light to come in. And obviously views out when you're sitting down, you're sort of looking underneath that styling line, so you can see out pretty comfortably, and it connects really nicely to the upper aft deck on the outside. And this is a really key socialising space on board this yacht. The crew say that this is an area that the guests really love to spend time in. By the door, you have Rover's Dayhead, and that is here by the grill. Proper grill that, isn't it? You can cook up a storm there, and that is opposite the bar. 3 bar stools, fridge and stuff underneath, ice maker. You can shake up a cocktail, shake up some sausages. The crew say this is where guests want to dine. It's elevated, it catches the breeze, it's a great view. It's got a very short overhang, that sort of ducktail spoiler as part of the superstructure. Again, it's an element that looks so good from the outside of this boat, but it does leave it very exposed back here, hence why they've got this big sailcloth style cover. And this does provide really nice protection, but it's also nice and high because it's attached to the superstructure. It doesn't feel too oppressive, but look at the amount of seating here. Really nice place. After dinner, you come away from the formal dining table, collapse into one of these seats and have a nightcap. It's a really lovely space. And this staircase here connects down to the main deck. So let's go and check out main deck aft. We're on the starboard side deck now. A couple of things to point out. There's a staircase right forward up to where the hot tub is on the foredeck, and you've got boarding gates on both sides as well. So if you're side two, they can put in a gangway and guests can board from the side rather than just at the stern. And then we have the main cockpit. This is a big space. There's a 10-person dining table here as well. So if it's a bit blowy up top, then you come down here, it's a bit more sheltered, a bit more protected. Another 2-way television that drops down when you don't want to use it, so it sort of connects these 2 areas better because they are slightly partitioned off when it's up. And then you've got another nice big relaxed lounging space, low coffee table. You know, all this furniture can be moved around and rearranged, so it's very, very flexible. And like up top, you've got another sailcloth cover, so you can have some protection here, but that can all be taken down if you want this area to catch the sun. And then through these doors we arrive inside the main deck saloon. Okay, the main saloon, and like upstairs, if you're expecting clean, sleek minimalism, again, it's not that. It's warm, it's cozy, it's quite American feeling. No surprise, given where the owner's from. It's like upstairs. You've got really comfortable seating here. You can relax and watch a movie. Again, there's a TV, a 2-way one that pops up from there. Partitions this room off as well. You've got sliding doors on both sides. They're manual, but they just slide open. So on a breezy day, you can get that running through the boat. This is all gloss teak as well. And then you've got your 12-person internal dining table. There's loads of storage around it as well, so the crew can keep all the table dressings, the crockery, glassware, cutlery. That's all nice and close to where they're going to be serving, because the galley is just through this door here. And from this area forward, it's a crew space. This can be partitioned off with a sliding door, but there is a side door there out onto the port side deck. And then we're into the galley, which is inboard. The downside of that is that there's no natural light in here, but it's a good sized space. There's loads of countertop, you've got good extraction above the hob and oven. There's a wine fridge, big wine fridge over there, plus fridge and freezers stacked up over here. So it is a good sized area. And then the other key thing about this space is you also have internal access up to the bridge. Obviously we got there from the side door, you've got access up onto the upper deck, but crucially internally the crew have this passageway so they can get up to the bridge very easily. And then forward of that is access down to their quarters. There's more cooling space here. There's also a really good tech room where you can get in behind the helm, all the navigation equipment, all the AV, it's all very neatly arranged in there, all in one place. Very good for the engineer to be able to deal with that easily. And we're going to go down there later on to look where the crew sleep. Before we do that, on this main deck, we've got the owner's cabin. On the opposite side, we have this guest passageway, and the communal, for lack of a better word, spaces on this boat are really impressive. Ceiling heights throughout are amazing, but especially in this area, it's really towering, gives you this great feeling of space, and you've got this nice stairway down to the lower deck where the guests sleep. There's another sliding door here as well for access up again, those steps forward to the hot tub. Moving forward, there's a door this side in that tech area that I showed you a moment ago. Here, there's a day head for use on this deck during the day, and then right forward we arrive at the owner's cabin. First things first, absolutely enormous walk-in wardrobe. It is truly vast. That's a really good space. And another nice feature about this cabin is it has a totally private terrace, which we can't put down inside the show because there is a big piling right there, but it's one touch operation, so the owner can do it himself, drops it down, and this stainless perimeter actually conceals the railing, so it goes down, they pop up, and then you've got this lovely balcony with glass in it looking over the water. Lovely when you're inside an anchorage. Huge bed, and I'll tell you now, this boat has spent its life playing chase boat to bigger yachts, so none of the beds have ever been slept in, which is a shame because it looks incredibly comfortable. It's lovely, and massive floor space, despite the fact you've got loose furniture in here. Doesn't feel like it's overcrowded in any way. You've got the bureau tucked in this corner. That's quite a nice spot for it, somewhere to sit and do makeup, store your jewellery, that sort of thing. Huge TV mounted up on that bulkhead there, and then a nice bathroom arrangement because you've got the shower in the middle, big shower in the middle. That's a steam shower and a sort of regular shower, and you can see up there, that's the skylight that's set inside the pool, and that effect is really nice. You get the sort of dappled water effect coming down over the marble. Mangusta's built in marble country, so the marble is beautiful, and you've got independent toilets for each side as well. One in there, one over that side, and of course your own sink. It is absolutely beautiful, and that is the owner's space done. Let's head downstairs and take a look at the guest cabins. This staircase is a really nice piece of design, the glass balustrade up there, but what I really like is how the flooring up there then sort of drips down the side here and connects to the stairs along. I think that's a really, really nice effect. And this leads down to the lower deck where we have the guest accommodation. Now there were 4 principal guest cabins down there. We'll look at those in a moment, but then forward you have 2 sort of overflow cabins, as they called them, maybe for staff like nanny or security, a couple of twins there, and that links directly to the crew space. Before we head there, let's look at these guest cabins, and I love, again, the passageway is really nice. Look at the height down here, the detail down the sides, the lighting. It's a very inviting place to walk down as you head towards your cabin of an evening. Identical twins first, they are exactly the same. They've got Pullman berths as well, so another bunk drops down from the wall so you can sleep 3 people in each one. With 2 people in here, they're lovely spaces. The beds are big, loads of space between them. Of course, things you'd expect, like having your own television, storage behind the door. Not huge hull windows, but enough to give you a decent view out. Most importantly, lovely private bathrooms decked out in yet more really gorgeous marble. And if we keep on heading amidships, we get to the double VIP suites. I'm going to go to this one again because the view out is slightly nicer inside the show. Again, there's exactly the same repeated over there. This is your double, lovely cabin. You've got TV up there, storage over on that side, not trapped behind the door, so slightly easier to get to. And what's really nice is the size of these bathrooms. These are big enough that they've got twin sinks, toilet and a bidet, and a separate shower cubicle, and that has got a nice view. Big old square window there, so you've got a lovely view when you're having a shower. So those are the guest areas. Let's head back to the crew accommodation now. Moving forward through this door, we come to the overflow cabins. That one's in use, but it's exactly the same as this one, so I'll just quickly show you this. They're still really nice, you know, they're finished to the same standard as the main accommodation. This is not a crew area, but it's lovely. You've got the same finish in terms of the wood finish, loads of marble in the bathroom as well. It has got a private bathroom on both sides, TV, the works. So yeah, 2 really nice extra cabins, and then through a watertight door over here, that's how you get into the crew space. Well, that is one access point into the crew space, but you've also got access from this staircase. That goes up to the galley. They've got 2 points of access. This is especially handy because it means they can serve the cabins without having to go up and round and get straight in through this door. And then you're into the crew mess. This is the crew socialising area. It's not huge, considering it runs with 8 or 9 crew. Obviously they're rotating on shift, but they've got their seating area down here, reasonable sized table, television, and then the important stuff as well, having control of the systems from down here, so they've got digital switching, they can oversee all the boat systems plus the cameras, so they can see what's going on around the boat. A little galley as well, and then all the cabins are all tucked down there. There's 5 bunk cabins plus a captain's cabin, many of them, most of them in use at the moment, but we can just show you some B-roll of the captain's cabin, which is actually a really nice space. Right, that's the crew area. The last place we need to look at, engine room, which is impressive, and the beach club. We know we've arrived at the engine room because we've got an MTU Rolls-Royce doormat, and that is in front of this nice big door, which gives us access down to the space. When you get to the bottom of the ladder, the first area you come to is the ECR, the engineer's control room, and as it suggests, this is where he can control and oversee everything from. He's got his screen down here with all the cameras. He's right down the bowels of the boat, but here he has eyes on everything. He's got engine controls as well, 4 of everything, of course. 4 control panels up there with ignitions too, and then all of the switching behind. It's got things like seamless transfer of this boat, so say the boat's on shore power like we are now, that goes down for some reason, the generators know that immediately, fire up the generator, and then there should be absolutely no break in supply of power to the boat. All the switching here is quite clever. They've got these little plastic flaps to stop people knocking these switches on and off, and then through this door we're into the engine room where lie 4 2,600 horsepower MTUs. Yes, 4 engines, not something you see every day, but maybe what's most surprising is despite how many engines are in here, space is still pretty good. I mean, they are gigantic lumps, these MTUs, they really are, but you can move around them pretty easily. Not so easy on the outboard ones, obviously, but yeah, and in by eye, it's very easy to inspect everything, easy to move around, you can hold on to things. It's, yeah, pretty comfortable space to work in. You've got your workbenches on either side, twin generators as well, so you've got redundancy for that. There's redundancy everywhere. They really think about that with this boat. For example, if the bilge pump goes down, the fire pump can be repurposed to run the bilges, and the same with the black and the grey water. If one goes down, you can switch them over really easily. Fuel switching is all digital as well. It's a really high quality mechanical operation with Mangusta, and it has to be. You know, they're running a lot of machinery in here. This is a lot for an engineer to deal with, but they've made it seemingly as easy as possible. We've possibly saved the best for last though. Let's go and have a look at the beach club. Down here then, we find the beach club. This is the transom door. This clamshell goes right up here, closes up, seals this area off when the boat's moving along, and then it drops down at rest. There's a really nice ladder that fits in here as well with handholds on it, teak treads, makes it very easy for guests to get in and out of the water. When they've done that, they might want to shower. They've got a proper overhead shower that slots into the deck here, and here's something I really like about this design. It's not just this drop down balcony, you've got them around the sides as well. They're connected, they all drop down independently, and they've actually got what they call float mode. So these will sort of go up and down with the water. Sometimes when you have these systems, waves come under them and send spray up underneath. You get a horrible sort of cranking noise. These are designed to not do that, which is quite impressive, not something I've seen before. And it's a great place to bring up the tender. You can see the cleats here. They've got lights mounting the side, so at night guests can come off, they can see where they're going. It's all at the same level, and they can come back onto the bathing platform again and down into the beach club. And it is a proper beach club. That term is painfully overused in this industry, but you actually drop down into it. It's air conditioned, it's got a bathroom, so you're really close to a toilet if you're having fun out in the water. You've got these nice seating areas on both sides, TV on both sides as well, so you can have 2 different parties watching 2 different things on TV. And we see the effect of those platforms from in here as well. Isn't that lovely that you're sat down here, you're cool, you're shaded, but you can still see out over the water. Lovely down here. The GranSport 54 is Mangusta doing Mangusta things, but it's not all about looking flash and tearing around with your hair on fire. This is a really solidly engineered yacht that, yes, is capable of doing 30 knots flat out, but can also cross the Atlantic. That is a remarkable scope of performance. It's really comfortable to live on board as well. But if you have got $30 million to drop on a yacht and you want to make a statement, you want heads to turn when you come into an anchorage or into port, well, look no further. And remember, it is for sale with HMY Yachts. There are details in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching that tour of Goldeneye. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you did. If you want something big, fast and Italian, we've got a tour of the AB120 Wraith. We've also got more Mangusta content, the Oceano 44. That's a very nice boat. I'll put that down here for you. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that by clicking up there. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haynes. This is YachtBuyer.